Did you know that a recession occurs when there are 6 or more months of no activity in the economy? Well, last month was the first month on record. So for those of you who did not prepare for this economic downturn, here are a few things that you can do. My name is Carmen.
And I'm Darius. And since 1900, on average, there's a recession every 4 years. Now, just so happens the most recent recession that we've experienced was 2008. So if we want to understand what happens during a recession, let's look no further than 2008. And what happened then was there were job losses, there were people losing their businesses, there were people losing their homes, and people lost chunks and chunks of their retirement. So there's a huge possibility that some of the things that happened then could be happening now, which is...
It's already happening.
So the best offense is to have a good defense. So the very first thing you want to do is make sure you know your numbers, because there could possibly come a time where we have to make some hard decisions on what we should put our money towards and what we shouldn't. So knowing your numbers will be huge so that you can already understand your necessities, your wants, and your needs.
Yeah, it's really important for you to know your numbers. I know we're kind of talking after the fact because things are kind of on fire right now, but it is important that you understand the amount of money that it takes to maintain your household. And if you don't have a grips on that, then please today, after this video, sit down and do some math and figure out what those numbers are. Because now more than ever, it is crucial that you really start understanding what's going on with your economic household.
Right, because our basic needs are food, water, and shelter. And after that, everything else comes second. So work your way up from food, water, and shelter, and then keep going to, you don't need any Nikes during this time.
Right now.
So that's something that you don't necessarily need. So the second thing we want to do is be smart about what we're spending. I just say you don't need a new pair of Nikes right now because we're not able to go out and do anything because we're doing social distancing. So make better decisions as it relates to your spending. I know we're saving a huge amount of money because we aren't able to go and do entertainment. We aren't able to get together in larger groups. We're not able to go shopping at malls like we want to. Those places are completely empty.
And I'm glad that you brought this up because now that we're quarantined, sometimes boredom can set in. And when we're bored, what happens? When we get on Amazon or we get on Netflix or something, now we get emotional because those endorphins are spinning and we're excited about these purchases that we could possibly make. So just for a moment, before you start swiping your credit card and spending unnecessarily, ask yourself if this is something that you need right now. Because really the only things that you need, food, water, and shelter right now in this moment, and maybe a little bit of education. Maybe it's time to start learning a new craft or learning things that you can do to create opportunities for you to generate more income for yourself.
Right, and even as we think about food, junk food is expensive.
Oh yeah.
Junk food is really expensive. So one of the things that you may not purchase to save some of your income is junk food.
Good point.
Now that brings us to our third point, is saving money. You need to make sure you have an emergency fund so that in the event you do possibly lose your job, you want to be able to have funds that you can utilize to take care of those necessities.
Yes. Yeah, having an emergency fund, or sometimes I like to call it an opportunity fund, is just because we want to create these opportunities for ourselves. And if you aren't now already saving, please again, make sure that you put a plan in place, that you have money set aside, so that when times like this occur, you can breathe somewhat of a sigh of relief knowing that you have done your due diligence to protect yourself financially. We always say it all the time on this channel that less than 50% of Americans have $1,000 in savings. So is that you? And if that is, then it's time to get busy. Let's start filling that opportunity fund or emergency fund with funds to make sure that you are protected for the months to come.
Right, and since again you haven't been doing any shopping or going out for entertainment, you haven't been going to restaurants, that's money that you've been able to save in your emergency fund.
Totally.
Now there's another thing that we like to talk about on this channel is whole life insurance.
Yes.
Whole life insurance is a great way to preserve your money because of the cash value benefits that it presents, especially when it's with the mutual whole life insurance company. What you're able to do is, even if you use the cash value amounts for an emergency, you're still able to earn tax-free growth and earn dividends just in your policy. And another benefit to that is that it's invisible to the IRS. So if you want to learn a little more about whole life insurance policies, check out our masterclass below where we go into more detail about this whole idea and concept of using life insurance.
And the reason why we even talk about using life insurance in the first place is there are very few things that are guaranteed in life. And you can all see that right now. Our money is going up and down, round and round, and the banks right now have reduced all of their interest rates. I don't even think they're paying any interest at this point on savings accounts. So for us, we like to keep our opportunity fund or our emergency fund inside a whole life insurance policy, because at the bare minimum, we're earning a guaranteed return off of all of our money. So it's really important that you start educating yourself, like we said, and make sure that you put your money in a vehicle that provides you guarantees, because if you're investing or if you even have your money in a savings account, there are no guarantees that come with this. So again, it's all about protecting your hard-earned money.
So leave us a comment below as to what you have done to protect your money for this coming recession. Now, we talked about having a good defense and a defensive tool of whole life insurance. What about the offense? We haven't forgot about that. One thing you should be doing to have a good offense is having multiple streams of income. And you go about doing this by developing different skills and applying those skills so that you can start monetizing. Because in the event that, let's say, you lose one opportunity here, you're able to make money in other avenues, which will be perfect for times like this.
Yes, absolutely. And the reason why we stress this is because now more than ever, I know I'm sounding like a broken record, but now more than ever is really where you recognize the importance of having multiple streams of income, because for all of the Americans that were dependent on their one income, their job, that may or may not be available at this point. So what have you done to set yourself up to create other streams of income that are coming into your household, so that when one source of income dries up, you still have others that you can depend on?
And the second thing you want to do is research passive income opportunities, because there will be plenty of opportunities for you to invest in opportunities that bring more money into your household passively. Because during a recession or any economic downturn, there are huge discounts on business opportunities. So keep your ears and your eyes open to understand some of those things that you can capitalize on.
Yes, and if you were to invest in anything, definitely make sure that you have some collateral, meaning you have a guaranteed payback, because what we find what happens when people invest is they just put their money out there, but they have no guarantee that the money will come back. So you need to make sure that when it comes to investments that you have some sort of collateral.
That was well said, Carmen. And speaking of taking advantage of huge opportunities and discounts, why don't you do that through your whole life insurance policy? And you can do that by taking a look at our next video where we talk about the infinite banking concept, because it's all about borrowing from your life insurance policies to take advantage of opportunities in your life.
Exactly. And also check out our freebie below, which is 52 ways that you can own your own lifestyle. And don't forget to share this video, like, and subscribe to our YouTube channel.
And remember to own your own lifestyle,
or someone else will.